Welcome to the Faith Together podcast from the Center for Faith and Family at Olivet Nazarene University. If you believe that passing down Christian faith is essential for the next generation, you are in the right place. Enjoy conversations with guests who are faith practitioners, parents, caregivers, pastors, counselors, and many more. You'll enjoy practical tools and community for passing down Christian faith to your children and grandchildren. Before we get started today with our episode, I'd like to share with you that we are releasing this episode a week early in the Advent season, and we are doing that intentionally so that you may take things from the episode, ideas that we may have shared, and implement them into your own family. So as you listen, if you're thinking, wait a minute, that's not till next week, that's because we did it early. All right, so I hope you enjoy the episode and have a wonderful Advent season. It's Christmas time. Welcome back to our podcast. Lindsay, we're getting close.
We are. The countdown is on, Leon. I can't wait.
It is. And we are continuing our Advent series. And today we're going to talk about the third Advent candle. Mm-hmm. And if you're wondering, you're listening and you're wondering what is the third Advent candle, then you need to go back to our two previous podcasts where we talked about the Advent wreath and what each Advent candle represented. So the first one represents hope.
Hope.
And the second one is peace. Mm-hmm. And today is joy.
Joy.
Yeah.
This is my favorite one, Leon. I love the joy candle. It's usually, I believe, pink.
We're going to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of an oddball because the others are purple.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So,
you're right.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
That's awesome. Well, it's going to be a great episode today, and we want to start out by welcoming some special guests with us.
Yes.
Today, we are so thrilled to have some families here with us in the studio. And we actually also have our producer, Ashley, in the studio, too. So great to have her with us.
That is a special treat for us. Usually she takes care of things after the fact for us.
Yeah.
It's nice to have her here.
Yeah, we're so glad you're here, Ashley. So our guests that are here on the microphones, we're thrilled to have some families from our local churches. You all know that Leon and I pastor at local churches here in Bourbonnais, and we thought, what better way to celebrate joy and Christmas than bring in some families?
That's right. So from Kankakee First, we have Dave and Abby.
Hello,
guys. Glad you're here.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Abby, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Okay, good.
Hi, Abby. Hi,
Are you
Dave.
nervous, Abby?
No, not really.
Okay, good.
Good. And from Gathering Point, we have with us Miriam and Bentley.
Hello.
Hi, guys. So glad you're here. So glad you're here. Well, you know, all Advent season long, during our Advent series here at Faith Together, we have been playing a little game, haven't we, Leon?
We have. And you always stump me.
I do?
Yes. I mean, the last couple times we've done these festive fours. Is that what we're calling them?
That's right, the festive four.
Yeah. I have to really rack my brain. And I think the last couple times I cheated a little bit.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, I never could tell. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, I cheated because I think I did more than two.
Oh.
And then one of them, I think one time was questionable whether it really hit the category or not. So I'll try better tonight.
Okay. Well, tonight we're going to talk about our two favorite Christmas treats for our festive four, Leon. So
two favorite Christmas treats.
Okay.
And
really tonight is going to be more like a festive 12 because our guests are going to share.
Oh, good.
As well. But let's start with you and I, Leon. Your favorite Christmas treats.
Favorite Christmas treats. Okay, so I'm going to have to go to the party because I love parties at Christmas. Mm-hmm. So when I think about party treats, I think probably first would be a cheese ball.
Oh.
With any kind of thing that goes with it. It could be like a cracker or, well, mostly crackers, different kinds of crackers, right?
Yeah.
So it would be a cheese ball, I think. And then probably the number two for me are those little like party meatballs.
Ooh.
or the party sausages. So you see, I'm cheating again because now that's 3, right? But the
Same
meatballs and
category.
the sausages is kind of go in the same category.
You're surprising me with the savory options because mine are totally sweet.
Yeah, I'm not. I tend to not be a sweet person generally. I mean,
Okay.
I get in rhythms of sweetness, but yeah, I'm not the one that goes after the sweets generally.
Gotcha. I love that. So savory meatballs and a cheese ball.
That's
great.
it.
That's great. So the Christmas treats that come to mind for me are number 1, peppermint bark. I absolutely love the chocolate peppermint bark. It's like the perfect mixture of chocolate and then the refreshing peppermint on top. Love it.
So is that like regular chocolate or dark chocolate?
I don't mind either one. I would say most of the time I see it as regular milk chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah. So I love peppermint bark and, love all the cookies, love all of, those sorts of things. But I think at the end of the day, there's nothing like sitting down with a hot cup of hot cocoa with the marshmallows on top and sitting by your Christmas tree with the Christmas music on.
Okay, that's a good one. I can go for that.
So I'm a chocolate girl. Hot cocoa, peppermint bark are my 2 favorite festive Christmas treats. So can't wait to hear what our guests have to share with us.
Who should we start with?
Let's start with Dave and Abby. What are you
Okay.
guys thinking? What are your favorite Christmas treats?
Abby, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. My 2 favorite Christmas treats are probably a nice good cup of hot cocoa and my grandma's recipe of homemade cookies.
Oh, Grandma's recipe.
Yes. The
Nice.
family recipes at Christmas time are not to be beat. It's wonderful.
All right. For me, I would say a big second on the cocoa. It's the one time a year I really drink cocoa, and we like to add all the little peppermint sticks and marshmallows and different flavors to the cocoa. Also, for me, there was a cookie that my mom made when I was a kid, and we still make it every year at Christmas, and that's a chocolate cookie with peanut butter chips. And while that doesn't sound Christmassy, it is for me.
Aw, I love that. The family recipes, they're so special and not to be beat. So good. Okay, well, let's go over to Miriam and Bentley. Miriam, can you share with us 2 of your favorite Christmas treats?
Sure. One of my favorite Christmas treats is a peanut butter blossom, which again isn't normally Christmas, but we always make it every year, New Year's Eve. And that is really special and a time to remember. And my other one is any kind of homemade caramel. I love caramel.
Yum. That sounds great. Bentley, what about you? What are your favorite Christmas treats?
I'd say probably hot cocoa and sugar cookies, I guess.
Ooh, another hot cocoa fan. I love that. And sugar cookies, do you like to decorate them?
Yeah, we normally decorate them and like put Christmas trees and stuff on them.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome.
That's very good. All right. So we've all shared our favorite treat. So this Sunday, the 3rd Sunday of Advent, is a Sunday of joy. And Lindsay,
Yes, it
as
is.
you mentioned earlier, there's a change among the candles on the Advent wreath. This is the pink candle.
It is.
And so I did a little bit of research on that, and it's kind of a funny thing because everybody kind of has a little bit of a different understanding as to why that got changed and when it got changed.
Interesting.
But it seems like that the major focus is that the first 2 candles of hope and peace tend to be a little more solemn in tone, whereas joy is a little more celebration and exuberant. And so the changing of the pink candle kind of was to celebrate the exuberance, the excitement
Yeah.
of joy.
I love that because it connects to the story of Jesus, right? Like there's this longing, this hopefulness over the Old Testament of when is Jesus going to come? And then there's this settled peace to know that he's coming soon as Mary is expecting.
Right.
But then when he comes, it is the joyful celebration.
That's right.
I love that connection.
So you'll remember we talked about earlier that Advent kind of has this double meaning, right? It's about the coming, And there's the coming of Jesus as a baby, and then we wait for Jesus to come again. And so the joy is about what took place, and then the joy of the anticipation of Jesus coming again.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. So now joy is different than happiness. Happiness is more of an emotion determined by our circumstances, whereas joy is a fruit of the Spirit, and it comes because of a hope that we have in God. And that hope comes because God is always faithful to us. And so joy is a really important characteristic of the Christian faith.
It is. I like to think of it this way with kind of how we posture ourselves. Like, what does the posture of joy look like? I think joy looks up. Joy looks up to God, who he is, how we can have hope in him, just as you said, Leon. And happiness looks around, or maybe looks on our phones, right? Focuses on circumstances, the things that we can see right in front of us. And sometimes those things are good. Sometimes our circumstances are amazing. You know, Christmas is one of those. I love Christmas. You know, it always makes me happy. But what brings joy ultimately isn't our circumstances, because circumstances can be hard. What brings joy is looking up to God.
Right. And that's kind of why we brought our families in tonight, so they can share with us some activities that are part of their life at Advent that bring joy to their family.
Yeah. So we'd love to hear from you guys. What activities at Christmas time bring you and your family joy? Bentley, do you mind sharing with us?
I'd say snuggling on the couch and watching a nice Christmas movie.
Oh, I love that, Bentley, because it helps you to feel connected to your family and have fun watching the movie, right?
Yeah.
That's really good. Bentley, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie, I've got to say, is probably The Grinch.
The Grinch. The old one or the new one? Do you know the difference between the two?
No.
Okay. All right. Mom, is it the old one or new one that you guys watch?
The new one, usually.
The new one. Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
a great one. Leon, I believe that was one of your favorites.
Yeah.
It's the original one.
That's
right?
the original. Yeah. That takes me way, way back in my childhood.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for sharing with us, Bentley. Miriam, what about you? What brings joy to you and your family at Christmas?
One of my favorite things that we do is we have an Advent calendar that you can refill every year. And it's just really fun to see the joy that it brings to our kiddos when they open each day and it gets closer to Christmas. And it's just really neat to see.
Oh, I love that. We talked about some of those
We
traditions.
did. You have chocolate treats or something that's in those?
Yeah, so I get to refill it each year. So I kind of change from year to year.
Okay.
And it's kind of nice that I get to, do something different.
Yeah, good. All right. Dave and Abby. Abby, you want to start? Share something with us that brings joy to your family at Christmas.
Probably one of my favorites is on December 1st, I think it is. Me and my sister will wake up, and underneath the Christmas tree will be 2 boxes, and there's one for each of us. And inside the boxes will be a pair of pajamas, a book, and an ornament. And the family will get in our Christmas pajamas. We'll put the ornament on the Christmas tree, and we'll read our books together.
That's exciting. I like that. Do mom and dad have Christmas pajamas too?
Mm-hmm.
They do. Do you guys all match?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
That is amazing.
That
what
is
a special
fun.
memory.
All right, Dave, try to top that one.
Well, we have some photographic evidence for that, Leon. So,
I'll have to check that
much
out
to my
sometime.
chagrin. Yeah, we do quite a few different traditions, but one of the ones that I always enjoy, and I think the family does as well, making a big batch of hot cocoa, and then we get into our van and we go out to different places to look at the Christmas lights, and we actually string Christmas lights inside of our van as well. So we have our own little light show as we go out and around town, looking at all the different light displays, listening to Christmas music the whole time. And it's just one of those things that we always really enjoy as a family.
Oh, that's great. Well, we've heard from both families, so I want to just open it up. If there's something else you want to share, we're not even going to name you. You can just jump right in and share it. So Bentley, Abby, either of you guys have something else you want to share that you really enjoy at Christmas?
Another one of my favorites is we start doing the Advent wreaths and Advent calendars. We will also fill a basket with wrapped up old books that we've used when we were little, and they're all Christmas books. And each morning we get to unwrap one book and remember the Christmas books we used to read when we were little, and some of them we still read now, and they're really awesome.
Oh, I love that.
That's great. That's good. Okay, Bentley, your shot if you want it.
I'd say another one is probably on Christmas Eve. We'd read a Christmas book and we'd all get in Christmas pajamas, and we just read the book and then we go to bed.
I love that. So what kind of Christmas book do you read? Do you have a special one that you read together during that time, or just any kind of book?
It's every year on Christmas morning before we go downstairs and Eve, we have a special one, but I don't remember the name of the one we do.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's so cool that you get to remember what Christmas is all about with your family before you open presents. Is that right?
Yeah, because the one before we go downstairs is when Jesus got born, and the one we read on Christmas Eve is about Santa coming in the chimney and stuff.
Oh, so you read one about Santa on Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas Day you read the Christmas story about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. What an awesome tradition. Thank you for sharing with us. Well, listeners, you all know that during this Advent series, we have been closing it out with a special storybook. Abby, I love what you shared about reading the different books throughout your childhood that you've had over the years. And so that's a tradition we've implemented this year at Faith Together, right, Leon?
That's right.
Yeah, so every episode we've ended with a Christmas storybook reading, and I've been the one who's read those the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, and I've enjoyed that.
Oh, thanks, Leon, and I have too. And today, though, we want to end with another storybook. This one is called Sounding Joy by Ellie Holcomb, and we'll put it in our resources page for you guys on our website if you're interested in it. It also has a great music album connected to it. It is a song as well, so you can listen and read at the same time. But it's one of my favorites, and I asked Abby and Bentley to read it today for us. So we're going to read that together for you as we close out this episode. And now I'd like to introduce to you Sounding Joy, read by Abby and Bentley.
What does joy sound like? Is it quiet like the snow? Does joy sound like the laughter of friends that you know? Is joy like the sound of a kiss on your cheek? Or like holding your breath when you play hide and seek? Maybe joy sounds real loud like a hip hip hooray, or a whispered I love you at the end of the day. Joys sound a little like all of these things, but a long time ago, joy sounded like wings.
If you can imagine, on a dark winter's night, the sky filled with angels, all shining with light, and all of a sudden the shepherds and sheep down below were surrounded by songs from the heavenly host. Glory to God and peace to all men. The angels, they sang it again and again. There is good news, God bent down low, and he sent us his son to make heaven our home. So every Christmas we string up the lights to remember the way those angels shone bright. And when we sing all those songs and we bang all the drums to remember the night that God sent his son.
Glad tidings, great joy. We are never alone. The songs will remind us we all have a home. So every Christmas, each girl and each boy can lift up their voice and repeat sounding joy.
What else is there to say? May the Lord bless you, keep you, and give you peace. You've been listening to the Faith Together podcast from the Center for Faith and Family at Olivet Nazarene University. Sign up for additional resources at centerff.com. When building faith, we are better together.